Hello YouTube, this is a video on the Nintendo GameCube GameBoy Player. What you see here is the GameCube base unit that I got in 2003. Yep, this GameCube is already more than 10 years old and is still looking quite well. But that's not the point of this video, because that is this guy over here. This is the Nintendo GameBoy Player. As you can see here, it's just a piece of plastic. It's type DOL-017, released in 2003. What this thing is about, as the name suggests, it plays Game Boy games. And in particular, it plays classic Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games, and Game Boy Advance games. And here on the front it sports the Game Boy Advance link cables, which is neat. It basically just connects to the serial port on the bottom of your GameCube, which I will show you in a minute. And then all you gotta do is place your game here in the disc, cartridge slot, and pop in the Game Boy Player support disc, which is this guy over here. Yeah. Cool, it's a disc. Whoop-de-doo. So, let's take a look at the base unit over here. Let's turn it over. I'm not going to unhook it because I'm too darn lazy. If you take a good look, you can see a screw hole here, a screw hole here, and a screw hole over there. That's where the base unit will screw into. It only has 2 screws. All you gotta do, remove this piece of plastic, this cover here. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. And that reveals the serial port over there. So, all we gotta do now is flip it over, line it up, push it in, and get yourself a screwdriver, if possible. I do happen to have one, but I have to switch hands for the camera. And all you gotta do now is tighten those bad boys down. And yes, people, that's all there is to it. There are a number of other accessories for the GameCube, but the 2 most notable attachments for this thing were the Game Boy Player and the 56K modem for online play. Very basic online functionality, I may add. So, okay, so that's what the GameCube looked like now. And it still has the wattage and whatnot of the regular GameCube here on the bottom for the base unit DOL-001. The GameCube only outputs 39 watts. I'll eat that, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Those were the days, man. When you don't need much power to play your favorite games in great graphics. Okay. All we gotta do is hook up the controller and pop in the disc. That, people, aside from popping in the game, is all there is to it. So let's grab a game here. Just support this thing with my foot. Pokemon Leaf Green over here. Let's pop it in. Turn on the GameCube and you're good to go. There's one thing that I forgot to mention here, and that is the eject button here on the side. It does what it suggests. It ejects the game. So that what it looks like if you put in a Game Boy Advance game. I want to say PlayStation, what the hell. And if you were to put in a classic Game Boy game, for instance Pokemon Yellow, you would also just line it up with the slot, with the cover facing down, and push it in. In order to get these games out, you don't necessarily need to pull the eject button, you can just pull them right away. Like so. Doesn't damage the unit, don't be afraid of that. Okay, so that's all the exterior talk. Pokemon Gold for Game Boy Color. Whatever. That's all the talks about what the system looks like on the outside. I'm just going a few games. I'll also take a look at what it looks like when you pull up the games themselves and the interface and whatnot you are greeted with. In order to do so, I will have to use my external recording software, which will make the whole image a lot clearer. So I will proceed with doing just that, and hopefully so far you've already been enjoying the video. So this was all the exterior talk, and I will switch to the on-screen stuff now. Okay, and now we are booting up the Nintendo GameCube console. In order to show you some gameplay, we do not want to use 60 Hz mode because my recording device does not support 60 Hz. And now we are presented with the lovely screen. So let's go over the UI here. There we go. Here on the left side we can choose random bars around the screen to emulate the Game Boy screen, I guess. So you have your various screens here. I'm just going to go with a silver one. You can also change the format to full size or normal screen, so you have a more Game Boy Advance-ish experience. I prefer to leave it on full. You can select the select button layout, so you can adjust which buttons serve as the select key, which is missing from the Nintendo GameCube gamepad. That took a bit of effort to get out of there, but bear with me. You can also change the way the screen looks. I prefer it sharp. You can also have normal or soft image. You can change the timer for whatever setting. I do not know which. Probably just a timer setting so you know how long you've been gaming. If you have a set time, for instance, when you need to go to work or need to go study or whatever. And of course this very important button, change game cassette. Yes, I want to place a game cassette. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to show 3 games. I'm going to show a Game Boy Advance game, Pokemon Leaf Green. I'm going to show a Pokemon Gold game, or Pokemon Gold, so it's a Game Boy Color game. Excuse me for that. And a regular Game Boy game, which will be probably Pokemon Yellow or Pokemon Red. Probably Yellow, though. So I'm going to proceed now to insert the game cartridge. And the game will load itself up. Okay. 2004. Okay. We have the Pokemon Leaf Green version screen now. I have disabled the sound output because it would interfere with my commentary here. And this is about showing the game, not necessarily hearing the game. Because it's just your regular sound, just output through stereo. As you can see here, I'm running through Celadon City in Pokemon Leaf Green. Everything is working like a charm. Let's see if we can find a trainer to beat, just for the heck of it. This demonstration part will be a lot longer than the device itself, simply because this is a heck of more interesting. Pretty sure I cannot fly there. That's correct, because I have not been there. Let's go to the Pokemon Tower. Lavender Town. See if there's some trainer here. Let's see, what's my first Pokemon here? It's a Flareon that does not know any fire moves. Great. Just see how good this game actually looks on the screen. Oh right, we have Gary. Well, that's a good battle to show off. Let's see, then I'm just gonna put that there. And let's go. Are my Pokemon dead? No, 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 sir. I'm going to kick the living shit out of you. Okay. Well, that was effective. And that'll probably wing attack the shit out of me. Oh, Gust. Well, it's comparable. If that attack would have missed, I would have been screwed. But oh well. I knew that from the start. And execute. This should be easy. Well, that was really easy. Kadabra. I'll put it up against my Kadabra. Because mine has a little trick up its sleeve. Level 20? Are you kidding me? Swoosh. Well, that is interesting. He has a Gyarados. I did not anticipate that. But it's level 22, so I'll give it a Future Sight, and then I'll just try to nuke it with Psybeam. That's gonna hurt. Yuck. That was really painful. And it's gone. Alrighty then. That attack looks really, really funky. Paralyzed. And there's Future Sight. Bye-bye, Gyarados. Yee, that's hot. So after the fight, I will showcase the other two games very briefly, just to show the differences in terms of graphics, mostly. Because all the games play just fine, but I just want to show that this thing can indeed play Game Boy Advance as well as Color and regular Game Boy games. Okay, level up. Cool. I can't find a Marowak. Well, I know where it is. It's right here in this damn tower. He must be blind. I was too dumb not to fight Team Rocket to get a Silp Scope. Because I do have it. He does not, because he's a moron. So, in order to actually change the game, we have to abort this one, remove the game cartridge, and insert another one. There we go. Let's put it on widescreen. Or is this better? I'll just throw it on wide. Let's jump on a bike here in Pokemon Gold. You ass, don't block me. Oh, there's nothing there. Very useful indeed. So this is what a Pokemon Gold looks like. Perfect example of a Game Boy Color era game. But now you can see it in full color. Which in my experience wasn't really always the case in Game Boy Color games back in the day. Thank God for my Meganium. Let's kill this wild Pokemon over here. Level 12 Nidoran. I think my Ampharos is better. Let's punch the living shit out of that. Okay, it's all fine and dandy. Let's switch to the last Pokemon game that I want to show from the Nintendo Game Boy original. Of course, I want to remove the cassette first. And then grab another one. Okay, this is Pokemon Red. I'm gonna go with yellow here. Let's see if it boots. There we go. 1999. This is an original Game Boy game. Black and white, officially. No questions about my player name, please. I do not know how it got there. See, there are some colors, some basic colors for the Game Boy Color, but not a whole lot. I have some weird Pokemon over here, people. I have a level 84 Pikachu, and the rest is all just low level. I guess I've been trading to get my Pokemon Red Pokédex more complete. Just a guess. There is one other bit of this game that is actually in color, and I'm going to show you that right now. In order to do so, I would have to go on the water. And for that, I want my Pikachu. Okay, my Gyarados does not know Surf. There we go. And now we are on the water. Have I beaten you? I guess so. See, fights are somewhat in color. It is what the old animations looked like. That takes you back, doesn't it? Yeah, I really like the fact that the Pokemon battles are actually partially in color. It's a nice touch for people that are trying to play an older game on a newer console. So that pretty much concludes my video on the Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Player and its possibilities. And as you can see, it can even color in some Game Boy games, and it works just fine. And all the other games look really, really nice. It's really a whole different experience to play these games on a TV, or in this case on a capture device, with a small screen anyway. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I thank you all for watching, and being so darn patient watching this whole gameplay part.